We acknowledge the financial support of the Government of Canada. Nous reconnaissons l'appui financier du gouvernement du Canada.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is the 2024 Canadian Racquetball National Championships. We are here in Calgary. I'm Christine Kay, and Danielle Ramsey is along with me. We have our final against Frederique Lambert, our number 1 seed, versus Juliette Perrant, number 2 seed. And I think we're in for a great game.
Oh, absolutely. I believe this is a repeat of last year's Nationals as well. I think it went 4 or 5 games last year.
I believe it went 5, and they were some tough 5s. That was, I think, the first time we've really seen Juliette break Frederique. Other times, Fred has been very dominant, very in control, but we saw Juliette give her a run for her money.
Yeah, she was scared. Fred was a little scared, I think.
Oh, I would be. Juliette's playing great these days.
Yeah, her game's come a long ways in the last couple of years, and I'm super excited to see this matchup today.
Absolutely. I was trying to think before this, and I want to say the last 5 finals, at least since I came back from a little pause, we've seen these two face off quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Juliette has been an up-and-coming junior for many years, and last couple of years she's really picked up her game and brought it to whole new level.
Absolutely.
We have two different game styles here, so it's interesting to see how this will play out. Frederique is a very aggressive player. She's going to take balls out of the air. Juliette typically very defensive, smart. She's not going to make a lot of mistakes.
We do see Juliette not afraid to flick the ball up to the ceiling, even when she's standing at the short line. Whereas Frederique, on the other hand, if she's at the short line, I would say less than 1% of those shots would be going up to the ceiling.
Watch the left front corner.
Yes. So we've got Rick Matson, our referee of this game, and linesing is Stephanie Oteza and Terry Nelson.
Short. Second serve.
So we've got one serving two. We're going to see Fred jump up on most of those lob serves.
For sure. Juliette needs to either nick the ball higher and forcing Frederique in the back, or really getting that the serve as closest to the short line, so there's no way, even with a bounce, she could get it.
That's tough. That's tough to execute. These walls are very, very grabby. Is that the right word?
Yes, grippy.
Grippy.
Both work.
Yeah. So the nick lob is effective here. It's not going to slide down that side wall if you get it far enough back.
And then because we're in these grippy courts, it's even going to sometimes shoot more out than back. And great serve by Frederique. If you can't see it, she hit a nice straight drive to the left and hit that crack and just came straight against the wall, left nothing for Juliette.
We've talked several times this week about how tough these corners are. There's been a lot of unpredictable kind of straights out of these corners where we're expecting a lot of side wall, back wall.
Or even during the rally, you've seen a lot of wide angles that have cracked out and not expecting a crack. Another great left drive from Frederique. Not as quite right on the corner, but still had that big jump that Juliette just didn't have a chance to grab it.
Juliette a little bit frustrated and takes the first time out of the match. Frederique jumped out to a quick start, 7 serving 1.
So you're in Juliette's head right now. You call a timeout. What are you going to talk to your coach about?
How do we get Fred in a position where she doesn't feel comfortable shooting the ball? Right?
Absolutely.
You need to be able to get Frederique uncomfortable because she's gonna make good shots. We know she's gonna make good shots. So you have to put as much pressure on her as you can to.
She's been number 1 in
challenge
Canada and been in the top of the Pro Tour when she was playing it a lot, and there's a reason why she's excellent. She is making great shots. She stays calm, but even when she is under pressure, as we talked about yesterday in the Women's Open Doubles Final, she thrives and excels on that pressure and that angst to make the better shot.
There's a good serve to that right side. Juliette got it, but Frederique put the next ball down. Textbook 3-shot rally. And I've been in that court with Frederique. That serve to the right side, it's tricky. She disguises it extremely well, and she does not hit it very high. Doesn't come off the sidewall very much. It's a tough ball to get to.
We've had 2 3-shot rallies in a row, and Frederique does an excellent job of short serve. She does an excellent job of taking up space. And with such a large backswing, I don't want to get too close to her. And I don't think anybody does.
Yeah. I don't think Juliette is afraid, though.
No, she is kind of creeping up, getting close, putting that pressure on. But Frederique is staying down, swinging through, and she's hitting fantastic shots.
Yeah. We have the first potential game point.
Second serve.
So we see Juliette jump up. Tough serve right against the wall there. Juliette a little bit frustrated. It's not quite the start she was looking for.
No, and I'm a little bit shocked. Just as we discussed last year's Nationals, a tight, close game. I think even at the selection event this past February in Edmonton, I think maybe Frederique won in 4.
I think it might have been 3, but
close
it was
games, I believe.
close. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit surprising so far. I mean, we know Fred has the ability to put these balls down. So does Juliette. It's just a matter of getting in the rallies a little bit more. Tough to do when Frederique's commanding that serve, though.
And getting in the rallies, but serving. 11-1, Juliette didn't even have a chance to be in the service box.
No,
She got 1 point, and with rally point, you need that pressure all the time. You can't let a lead get away. You can't give up a point or two because you blink and the game's almost done.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how Juliette starts this next game. I think she's gonna come out with a little bit of fire, a little bit of anger, which should be good.
She needs it.
Yeah.
She, as we discussed in the timeout, she needs to do something different. She needs to move Frederique around, and it's now or never. You can't let Frederique get up 2 games to none.
No, not in this situation.
30 seconds, please. 30 seconds.
I think we're going to jump to a quick commercial break here, and we'll be back soon.
Welcome to Ocean Trailer, everybody. A 40-year overnight success story. Now, Ocean Trailer.
And we're back for game 2 of the women's singles final at the 2024 Canadian Racquetball Championships. I'm Danielle Ramsey. I'm joined here by Christine Kay and Mackenzie Braley on the tech side.
Interesting change since Racquetball Canada has gone to rally point. Part of that is also that the referee calls screen serves.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse, because most often a screen serve. Okay, timeout on the screen serve chat, but Frederique went to go take a swing, got caught up in Juliette on her backswing, and completely smoked that into the ground. Our referee, Rick Matson, called him avoidable.
That's the right call.
Yeah, Frederique was at the short line, had to set up.
Yep.
You can't take that away from her.
So going back to our short serve, screen serve change. So now the referee must call the screen serve. The player receiving the serve no longer has the option to choose whether or not they would like to shoot the next ball. It's changed the game a little bit.
It has, because I know personally it makes me think, where am I going to stand to serve? Because is the ref going to see something that my opponent isn't? Or am I seeing a full shot and I get a nice flat rollout, but then all of a sudden I get a screenshot, which I saw it. It was great. So it is frustrating.
Especially from the receiver when you get that nice, juicy serve right down the middle that you want to shoot.
So we've seen a little bit of a change. The previous rally, Frederique hit a skip from the back right corner. Then we had Juliette playing very textbook racquetball, moving Frederique around, hitting to the open side, forcing that pressure, getting that second point. She's up 2 serves wide.
And Juliette's taking control a little bit. She's shooting the ball more. She's been put into a position in the middle of the court where she's given the opportunity to finally shoot the ball. Nice to see her start to put quite a bit more pressure on Frederique.
That's what we chatted about, and I'm glad she's executing it.
A rare ceiling ball from Frederique. Frederique, I think, didn't expect that ball to come up as high as it did, and ended up finding herself in not the best position. So that's point for Juliette Parent. And she jumps up to a 4-1 lead in game 2.
Short serve. Second serve.
I think the serve against a player like Frederique is so important. I think Juliette needs to keep Fred on her toes a little bit, not knowing what to expect from the serve. So good serve mix is, I think, what we're going to see from Juliette.
Side out.
Nice shot by Frederique Lambert in the front of the court. It was a good get by Juliette in the back.
And it really just left Juliette guessing. Fred's going to hit it low and hard, which she did. Are you going to guess that she's going to go down the line, or are you going to guess it's cross court?
Mm-hmm.
Start.
We saw Frederique dive.
Definitely a dive in my books.
Yeah.
Because if I did that,
If you hit the
totally
floor,
a dive.
if you hit the floor, it counts as a dive. We'll give her props. Juliette is
Frederique has such a large swing that when you keep the ball in the back right corner or left, regardless, she doesn't get the full racket on it, and that's what we saw a little bit higher. She had to clear out, give Juliette a shot, and she got the winner.
Mm-hmm. Juliette had Fred jump into the left side there, almost snuck that one in on the right.
Frederique's kind of lucky stars that was a short serve.
That was a good serve from Juliette. Not a lot of back wall off that serve. And Fred was just able to bring it to the front of the court a little bit. Juliette was close on that get. Two really nice wide angle shots that each lady just got a racket on, and Juliette finished that last ball there. That was a good rally.
7-3.
7-3 in game 2. Big shift from the first one. Frederique won 11-1, whereas Juliette's in this game and applying that pressure.
I think we knew we were going to see that after that first game. Juliette was a little bit frustrated, and she came out in that second game shooting, which is exactly what she needed to do.
Moving Frederique around and taking the opportunities.
Good get. It's another one of those situations where you're guessing she heading down the line, she going cross court, a pinch.
We all know we had, and nobody, Frederique, a forehand, backhand, front court shot. She is fantastic at staying low, swinging through, and executing shots fantastically.
Yeah, we were victims to that shot a few times this week. Juliette holding a really strong court positioning here. She's not afraid to get close to Frederique. She's really making Frederique second guess kind of where she's shooting.
5-7.
So Juliette Parent, she is 22 years old. She's still fairly young. Last year was her last 21 and under year at Junior Worlds. From Saint Jacques, Quebec, representing Canada at several elite competitions.
Point.
Yeah, and then we've got Frederique Lambert. She's our number 1 seed, residing in Montreal. And it was just taking a peek, and she's on the hunt for her 6th national championship title.
1 minute.
I thought there were more. I mean, she does have lots of doubles.
Yeah, I think there were a few years where Frederique, didn't have the opportunity to participate in nationals due to her medical school, residency, injury. There was a few years there. So, yeah, we're excited to see who ends up coming on top of this match. We're going to jump off to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back soon. Bye.
Welcome to Ocean Trailer, everybody. A 40-year overnight success story. Now, Ocean Trailer is a family-owned and operated semi-trailer rental, sales, leasing, and parts business. Head office here in Delta, British Columbia, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Calgary, Prince Rupert, Port Kells, and Nanaimo, British Columbia. 250.
Welcome back. We are in game 2, 7-7, which there was a complete shift. Juliette had a very dominant lead, and now Frederique has come back, put that pressure on Juliette.
Fantastic rally. Good gets. Juliette finishes that one in the top front right corner.
We see a different look in Fred's eyes right now. She, as we know, was very in control in the first game, and it has shifted, and now you can see that fight, that determination, and that hunt for the 6th title.
Mm-hmm.
Second serve.
I think we're going to see a nick lob from Juliette Parent here. Anything that drops in between that short line and encroachment line, we know Frederique's gonna try and jump up on. That serve just a little bit long.
Nope.
Forcing Frederique in the back and skipping that last ball. That was good pressure from Juliette Parent.
9 serving 7.
9 serving 7 in the second game. This is one Juliette really wants in order to keep Frederique on her toes and try for this national title.
Wants, she needs this. I mean, we discussed before, to anybody. You can't let anybody get up 2 games to 0, and you need to keep that pressure to keep yourself in the game.
Yep, good shot.
Juliette looking to appeal the encroachment.
I'm calling no encroachment. Call stands.
One up, one down from our line judges, meaning the call stands. If it was a didn't see or a thumbs down, it would have been a replay, or 2 thumbs down would overrule the ref. However, 2 out of the 3 saw no encroachment.
Juliette back in the serving box with potential game point here.
10 serving 8.
It's 10 serving 8. And she's serving, picking in a new serve here. We haven't seen her in the service box in this position.
We're going back to
Juliette.
That discussion from Juliette. Really, she always shoots it up to the ceiling when she doesn't have that winner. And we saw that 2 times in that rally. Ultimately left the ball up, allowing Fred to make an offensive shot, resulting in a side out, 9 versus 10.
I've spoken to Juliette a couple times this tournament, and she has flipped her game a little bit to a little more offensive. She is shooting more balls that she is getting in the front of the court versus pushing them up to the ceiling and to the back of the court. What do you think? Did she get nervous there?
I think so. Frederique just hit a great left side drive and resulted in an ace. Trying to go for it again, however, 2 feet short, resulting in second serve.
Avoidable hinder.
We're going to see an appeal here. The call was avoidable hinder.
My call is avoidable hinder. Ball stands.
We see one thumbs down and one thumbs up. So Paul stands, loss of one appeal. So that puts Juliette at 11 serving 10.
I don't think Juliette was really set up. However, Frederique clearly mishit that shot. It was 5 feet high, and there was contact at the short line. A shot was taken away for sure.
It comes down to, in that position, not necessarily whether the opponent was ready to shoot the ball, but failure to move.
Yeah. Juliette wanted that. She tried to push it in and unfortunately resulted in a skip and a side out.
A little bit of frustration there.
I don't know if it was just me, but I kind of saw a half hand go up. But Frederique's not complaining. She got the winner, so she's sure not going to question it.
I think Frederique was looking to hold up and then realized the opportunity and position that Juliette Parent was in.
I think Frederique tried to play our referees there. She did the fist pump, and she saw the look from her coach Michel Gagnon shake his head that it was short, and she had this little smirk on her face. Game 2 won by Frederique Lambert. She dug deep, was down 7-4, 7-3 in that game.
7-3.
And veteran move came back.
Yeah, and overtime points. So I expected Juliette to come out in this third game and push really hard.
And we will also expect Fred to keep that momentum, try to keep going in that third game, because it's easier for Fred to get 11 points than Juliette to get 33. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for Game 3.
Gearbox Sports, la rencontre de la technologie et de l'art. Des structures aux matériaux en passant par la fabrication, aucune autre marque de sport ne s'approche du niveau d'innovation que Gearbox apporte à chaque jeu. Imaginez votre meilleur jeu. Augmentez l'intensité et entrez sur le terrain en toute confiance. Qu'il s'agisse de raquettes, de lunettes, de sacs ou d'autres équipements sportifs, nous avons tout ce qu'il vous faut. Magasinez chez Optic Sports, le distributeur canadien de Gearbox Sports. Trouvez-nous sur opticsports.ca.
Les filles commencent à jouer au racquetball à un jeune âge, mais au fur et à mesure qu'elles se développent en tant qu'athlètes, elles trouvent de moins en moins de filles pour s'entraîner et participer à des compétitions. Par conséquent, elles se retrouvent souvent dans des programmes qui ne répondent pas toujours à leurs besoins sociaux et physiques, ce qui leur donne le sentiment de ne pas vraiment être à leur place. En mettant des programmes spécifiquement destinés aux
Welcome back to Game 3 at our Women's Open Singles Final at Calgary 2024 National Championships. I'm Christine Kay, and I'm here with Danielle Ramsey. And all or none.
All or none. What does Juliette have to lose at this point, right? Like, she is up against #1 player in Canada, defending her title. We know Frederique is a fantastic player, but Juliette has the ability to bring her game.
Absolutely. She just hit a fantastic drive left. Frederique just got her racket on it and got the winner. I wouldn't stray away from that straight drive left because it wasn't a super strong shot. Like I said, just got her racket on it.
Juliette getting back into the box.
One serving one.
I think we're going to continue to see the drive serve as a primary serve from both of these players. They both have quite a bit of power. They like to use that.
We have to wait for him to get home about 5:40 more.
Tough shot. Perfect
Great.
ceiling ball in that back left
Great
corner.
weight on there by Juliette. As you said, the ceiling shot just didn't give Frederique a chance to cut it off, hit it to the ceiling. It died in our back left corner.
I think a lot of the time we talk about the ceiling ball being such a defensive shot, but if you execute and hit it really well, that puts your opponent in such a tough position to make that next shot.
So we just saw both of our ladies kind of crouching forward a little bit. Frederique hit a 2-foot-high shot, and it did come off the back wall. However, Juliette was so far forward that she really had to reach behind to get that shot, ultimately leading to a skip. So we just, less creeping forward and taking a step back, I think is what we need to see from Juliette.
Fantastic shot. She stops. Yeah. So we've talked about this appeal rule this week. In order to use your appeal, you can only appeal your last shot or your opponent's last shot. So in Juliette's position there, had she taken that next shot, she would no longer be able to appeal Frederique's get. Immediately stopped, looked back, went to appeal. Frederique Lambert said, "No, you're right. That was it."
3 serving 3.
The signs behind it.
It was a good get by Juliette.
Juliette just needed to hit the side wall 2 feet further to the back to get that wrap. You can't give Frederique the front court, as we've discussed earlier, and that's what she did. She cleared out. Frederique had a clear winner.
Point.
Fantastic serve.
They serve
5 serving 3.
There's not many serves that Frederique gets that come off that back wall. She gets low, she stays low. There's a high probability she's going to hit a short serve and a long serve.
Great shot by Juliette. Stretched Frederique right, then she hit the shot left and couldn't get that shot.
That is the shot that Juliette has really, I think, kind of like changed her approach on. Typically, that is one that I would see her hit up to the ceiling, where she isn't necessarily in a good offensive position, but she executed perfectly. She hit a pass shot to the left side, took advantage of Frederique's court positioning. Tough shot by Frederique Lambert down that left side. Just barely getting a racket on it, but it's staying clean to that side wall.
6-4, game 3. Frederique's 5 points away, excuse me, from securing her next national championship. Kind of shocked she went to the right side there.
Frederique grabbing her ankle on that one. We talked about these odd bounces, and that ceiling ball bounced, hit the side wall.
5 serving 6.
Really didn't get much air. It kind of stayed put, and I think she just kind of lunged forward.
Kind of lunged forward, but then went back. It was, yeah, a very weird shot.
She seems to have moved her ankle around and feeling okay right now. Juliette looking back at her coach, Reno Majide.
7 serving 5.
Seeing whether that was a skip shot or not.
I saw it good.
I saw it good as well.
As did our ref. No appeal, so we know her coach saw it good as well.
Point.
I just hear some spectators behind us echoing what we've been
8
saying.
serving 5.
You can't give Frederique that front court. Juliette left the shot up. Frederique was ahead of her, pushed it in. Fantastic power, fantastic hands to get those softer shots and touches in the front.
That serve return from Juliette right there was exactly what she needed to do.
Juliette putting her hand up. I think she was wanting a hinder off our lights. I did not see it. Ultimately, she won the rally, so not complaining.
I And again, in that situation, she wouldn't be able to take her last shot if she actually wanted to appeal that ball.
Second serve.
6 serving 8 in this third game. Juliette needs the next 5 points.
Skip ball by Juliette.
9 serving 6.
I think that might be the turning point.
She was going for that kill. She really wanted that to finish that ball there, and Frederique was a little bit out of position. But she needed to hit that ball clean.
Second serve.
No, a friend of mine has a really nice one, so we can go 15 minutes.
Frederique taking that overhead. Makes sense. Not surprising.
Point.
Big point there. Frederique looking at her coach, Michelle Gagnon, with a fist pump, knowing one great serve away.
10 serving 6.
I'm predicting an ace. Drive left ace.
I'm predicting she's going to go for that crash.
Or short serve. She has a big smile knowing she wanted a little too much.
She wanted it.
That's it. Frederique hit a great kiss lob. Juliette hit the best return she could. Frederique was right there, like we discussed in that front court, just touched it in. So congratulations to Frederique Lambert on winning her 7 singles title. Juliette for getting another silver. She's playing fantastic, and I know we're going to see some golds behind her name in the next few years.
Absolutely.
Yourself for third bronze.
Thank you. Thanks for a great match, Christine, and a great tournament.
So for our viewers, unfortunately, Kobe had to withdraw from the men's open final due to his commitment to his board exam for chiropractic. And this morning, we found out that Trevor Webb defaulted to Curtis Cullen because of a hip injury. So we do not have a men's gold or bronze final being streamed today. But we have Mitchell Braley from Calgary, Alberta, who is going against
Lee Connell from Saskatoon.
This is our men's 5th place game. I encourage you to grab a snack, grab a beverage, because this is going to be a good game.
Yeah, 2 very entertaining players. They're quick, they move well. We're going to see some really great shots and rallies. I think they're going to put on a great show for us today.
Absolutely. Doubles partners turned enemies in this game. So thanks everybody. Have a great day and tune in for the next match.